President Cyril Ramaphosa will tee off this morning in the annual Presidential Golf Challenge. This is following his State of the Nation address. The president is expected to join golfers in fundraising initiatives aimed at raising money for the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation. Ramaphosa assured the nation that South Africa will not be intimidated despite the pressure from the United States. Reactions to the president's address were mixed, with many hopeful that his target of 3% economic growth will come to fruition. For more on this, we are now joined by Newzroom Afrika's Qaanitah. Qaanitah, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning. So a lot of optimism after the president delivered his State of the Nation address yesterday. But this morning also, once again, waking up to news around what's happening in the United States with the president there, Donald Trump, now saying that, listen, we're going to be sanctioning the International Criminal Court based on that warrant of arrest that has been welcomed by South Africa against Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yes, Aldrin, mixed reactions from the president's speech, as you said, but the president had a delicate balancing act between what is happening globally and the developments with the United States and Donald Trump's sentiments regarding South Africa and the G20, as well as prioritizing his mission and ambitions for South Africa. The president laid out what were his priorities for the year ahead, some of which include, ambitious targets of 3% growth, when economists say growth this year looks between 1.3 to 1.5%. But I think generally an optimistic mood in the country this morning, given what many say is a stance of leadership presented by the president. Now, I'm joined by the Deputy Minister in the presidency, Nonqeba Mhlauli. Thank you very much for joining us, Deputy Minister. Today, obviously, the president will tee off for this charity initiative. What is the sentiment, do you think, following the president's address last night?
Good morning, and good morning to your viewers, and thank you very much for having us. As you correctly say, the mood really is that of optimism. I think that the president outlined a plan that South Africa really views as a plan under the theme, which was making a nation that works for all. And even the steps that he outlined really do, outline what we want to do as the seventh administration to ensure that each and every South African feels that South Africa, the South African government, is indeed a nation at work, and a nation at work for everyone in the country. Particularly myself, I was very excited when the president spoke about the presidential employment stimulus. Part of that, obviously, being the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative. That's something that I myself feel very passionate about as a young person, outlining what the plans are in ensuring that we get young people into training centers, and after that we get them into sustainable jobs, and the different opportunities that are out there for young people, because I'm sure we know that, of course, youth unemployment in the country is a crisis, and we can't speak about the 3% growth that we want to get to if we don't address the crisis of youth unemployment. So we're very, very excited, and in fact, next week we will be out unveiling the phase 2 of the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative.
So, Deputy Minister, what is expected today? What is the president going to be doing here this morning?
So today is very excited. We are celebrating 25 years of the Presidential Charity Golf Day with MTN, which is one of our partners, and of course it's the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation as well. And you would know that all of the golfers have arrived this morning. We're waiting for the president to arrive as well, and all of the proceeds, of course, go to the Adopt a School campaign, which is, of course, a very important campaign in ensuring that we give the necessary support to our schools for us to get to 100% pass rate. So also the president yesterday, of course, congratulated the class of 2024, and we hope that with charity events such as these ones, supporting schools in South Africa, that we will be able to possibly get into the 90s in the year 2025, and hopefully get into 100% matric pass rate next year.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, Deputy Minister. Aldrin, when the president is done here, he cannot hang around for too long because he has to make his way to Tanzania, where tomorrow there will be a very, very important meeting of the East African community and SADC to deal with the situation in Rwanda, which the president referred to in his speech. So again, a very tight balancing act between what is happening globally and his priorities for the country.
Yeah, and of course, as the president had jets off to Tanzania, remember that our flags are flying at half-mast from today and this is on the back of the 14 soldiers who were killed in the DRC.